there's a new day a-coming. Everybody gonna be free. A better day for you and me. Everybody gonna be free. Everybody gonna be free, yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy. There'll be no more fighting in Vietnam. Everybody gonna be free all over this land. Everybody gonna be free. Gonna be free. 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 Lord have mercy. Everybody gonna be free. Yeah. Everybody gonna be free. There'll be no more fighting in Vietnam. Oh Lord, everybody gonna be free all over the land. Listen, Mr. President, yeah, this is an open letter to you. I want to know, why don't you stop the fighting and bring all our boys home? That's right. But Mr. President, oh, can't you see all the protesters in the streets? And look at all the hungry people, the fatherless children with no shoes on their feet. Can't you hear them all saying? I can. They're saying, I wanna be free. Gonna be free. Everybody wanna be free. Gonna be free. Everywhere you go, they wanna be free. Gonna be free. Everybody wanna be free. Gonna be way down in Georgia, they wanna be free. In South Africa, they wanna be free. Gonna be New York ain't no better. They wanna be free.
Education call meeting for September 26, 2016. At this time, we have an invocation coming from Mr. Renfro.
Would we please bow our heads? Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the many blessings that you give to us every day. Be with us today as we conduct the business of this school system. Be with each of us every day so we can go with you and be more like you. These things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Please stand for the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to say good afternoon and thank everyone for taking time out of their busy schedule to come to this call meeting. At this time, can I get approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and second. All those in favor? It's unanimous. Unfinished business. MOU with Industrial Authority, Dr. Kaysen.
Okay. Ms. Bell, Board, what you have before you is the revised memorandum of understanding that's related to the possible sale of the current high school. And this memorandum, again, as you read, is a non-binding expression of the intent of the parties hereto to enter into further discussions and negotiations with the general understanding of the terms as contained and agreed herein. And so we will, if the board is in agreement with this revised memorandum of understanding, today we're here to approve this memorandum so that we can give copies to the Industrial Authority, our board attorney, and we'll have a copy on file. So Mr. Chalfant, you just. Sure was. I'm sorry.
It's close.
Please forgive me, please forgive me, please
If
forgive me.
okay, I'm gonna put a motion on the floor, then we go to discussion. Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we accept, the memorandum of understanding as presented.
Second.
Is it, second, any discussion?
I-
Go ahead, you.
Okay. I'm gonna point out, really the big part that was changed was front page, 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraph down. Whereas the parties have agreed upon a sales price as indicated herein, subject to confirmation of such value by certified MAI appraiser and pending final negotiation, execution of such formal deeds, contracts, and other closing documents. The parties are expressing their intention of allowing the authority to take ownership and delivery of a portion of the project and to develop it on behalf of an educational prospect currently known and designated by the authority of Lowndes Affiliated Services LLC upon the terms and conditions further outlined herein. That is the big change that was added to the original memorandum of understanding. Meeting that Dr. Casey and I had with Mr. Mosher, that paragraph, of course, as well as at the very top paragraph, that this is a non-binding expression of intent of the parties. Each said within no way do we not have every out that we could possibly ask for if this thing would turn and go away that we were not comfortable with and we weren't satisfied with. Having said that, if we, upon approval of this, I'm going to reach out to the industrial authority so that we can get a timeline. I've spoken to the appraiser. That range would be probably somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000, which is what we had first discussed when we were guessing at what that cost may be. About a 45-day time window is what he has said he would need to complete that. So I'll reach out upon approval. I'll reach out to the industrial authority just so they know what kind of time frame we need if this thing starts moving forward, because we certainly have to then pull the trigger. If it looks like a go, we'll need to pull the trigger to get our appraisal done so we can then validate or not validate these numbers that are within this memorandum of understanding. So that's where I've gotten into at this point.
Madam Chair, just a couple of questions in regards to what Mr. Schuler stated. One of the things he answered in the first last paragraph on the first page, but in regards to the appraisal, is the impact going to complete, I guess, be absorbed by us?
The expense, this appraisal expense would be by our city school. Yes, sir. This one would.
And this is just something to get us to a contract? Is that right?
They needed this, and what I'm telling you, Mr. Lee, is the way I understand it. But they wanted all these memorandums of understanding, us and the hospital authority and the industrial authority, just as showing the goodwill that we're willing to sit down and continue to have conversation, quite frankly. That's where we are. It really means nothing more, nothing less. If you read through this and you look at the ins and outs of it, and we have throughout it, it's a nice document, and it does mean that we're agreeing to do that, but it really means nothing more than that. We're agreeing to have ongoing conversations, and that's it. So,
I understand, and I know we all been talking about what we are here today. But I would ask in the future, I would ask Chairman at this time, Ms. Bell, our superintendent, and whomever is the chairman of the facility committee, to let's make sure that we can evaluate things when they come to us, have time to evaluate them. I do understand the urgency in this, but understand that we're dealing with taxpayers' money, all the taxpayers' money. And to not have time to digest fully and understand fully within the limit of time that it would take a board member or a board to evaluate a sale. We're not realtors. And I've done the best that I can in regards to the last paragraph, it not being binding. So I'm gonna go along with this one. But I would hope if the city school system, while I'm on board, do any more buying, not necessarily buying, we're buying and selling, that we have time to actually evaluate what we're doing in regards to property that has been bought by our citizens. And even though it's staying in the area and it's gonna be beneficial to a lot of kids here and kids that are not here, I just wanna make sure that we as elected officials have time and are doing the best thing that the people have put us here to do, and for the best taxpayer. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes.
By agreeing to this, in my understanding, make sure I'm right, we're not saying that we're gonna move forward with an appraisal. Is that correct?
Correct.
Right. So we're we're simply stating we're willing to talk more. We just wanted to make sure that we would have a way to verify the numbers, the dollar numbers on this were agreeable to us before we signed it binding. Do I understand that correctly?
Yes.
We're not signing up to do the appraisal. We'll have to get further down the road
Right.
with negotiations before we commit.
Madam Chair's point of clarification, you're exactly right, without question on that. We're not agreeing today to go spend that money today. And that's just, I was charged last week with finding out the range of that, what that price would be, when and if we need it, in the time frame, when and if we need it. Quite, and I agree with you, Ms. Lee, 100%. But and I think that clearly, if this moves forward, there's gonna be a whole lot of time and a whole lot of advice from a whole lot of people that deal with this on a day-to-day basis, i.e. our attorneys and some real estate experts if need be, we can get them in-house, but our attorney especially, before we would even come close to getting it, this, in my opinion, is months, if not longer, away from even getting to that point. Now, we'll see. And there seems to be a sense of urgency just for this part, but it's, we jumped on it and we fulfilled our obligation as far as that goes, but as far as actually getting down to the buying and selling part, there won't be any rush, it won't be anything, and I agree with you 100%. We'll make sure everybody, and we'll make sure that we all have the time, to make sure that the constituents have time to ask us questions, because they may think of something that we don't. So there's a whole lot of, there's tons of time for all of that to go on, without question. Duly noted.
Can I just, one thing, you did ask it, but I think he answered that question in regards to, did you ask about the appraisal? Did I hear you say something about the appraisal?
I was just making sure that I understood right, that we weren't committing to the appraisal at this point. That we had just done the legwork to find out how much it was gonna cost.
That's right.
And the appraisal will be done further down the road when we are further down in negotiations.
But I think Mr. Sherwood stated that we were going to pay for that appraisal.
What has been negotiated at this particular time on this particular project would be us at this point in time. Not to say, I will go back, not to say that we can't possibly work a deal to get some help with the expense on it further down the road. But we wanted that information in there. Be honest with you, Mr. Lee, we hadn't really addressed the expense side of it. That was probably, that was implied in some meetings probably that we had, that it would be upon us to do it. But who's to say we can't negotiate that if it gets to the point where we have to have one? This is not saying we are going to do one now. This is saying if it moves forward, then we're going to have an appraisal to justify or not justify the numbers that they plugged in. Because the numbers in the backside are numbers that they had come up with, not us.
Kicked us with, and that was the whole purpose of the appraisal.
Exactly. Right.
So can we agree that we are gonna get an appraisal? I think that's why we really,
If it
that was
continues,
some of the holdup.
if it continues
If
forward.
it
If we
continues.
continue forward, we'll give them the appraisal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
so-
the reason why we put it in there.
So during that time, negotiations should start in regards to payment, in regards to.
The
who
payment of it.
pays for it.
we can
Yeah.
start that now, if we, or we can start it when they tell us we need to have it, either way, yeah, we can have it.
I think that can be negotiated on the final HUD document. I mean, we could, you're not talking about a lot of money if they're gonna pay whatever number it is. I mean, you can put that on line item on that document if we need to.
But we can have those discussions with them moving forward, and again, if we can't come to agreements on negotiations, and if we wake up one day and we say we're not doing the deal, if you're not gonna pay for part of it, then we can walk on that. So we've, like I say, we've been assured by our attorney that we have every exit strategy that we could possibly ask for if we need to exercise one, which was our concern, and the justification of the numbers via the appraisal.
Madam Chair, I think from a due diligence perspective, as us, as elected officials representing our community, I think it is our right and authority to do due diligence. But I also think it shows us in doing our part to facilitate potential endeavor coming to our community that potentially has positive impacts. Not only for our school system to get rid of this property and not pay maintenance on it going forward, but also to potentially provide employment opportunities for some of the various students that we are charged to take care of. So I think it's a fabulous idea. We are in the very early stages, obviously, and this is a long project, so it's going to take some time, but I think it's a fabulous idea to get behind our development authority and try to support their efforts.
A call for the question.
Question's been called. All in favor?
Madam Chair,
Yes, yes.
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Is all the any public participation? No? Yes, yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have one listed for public participation.
And I rescind my motion.
Ma'am.
I rescind my
Okay.
motion this time.
Again, Mr. Robinson, please come forward. You have 5 minutes, Mr. Robinson.
Yes, hi everybody.
5
Hello.
minutes.
I just want to confirm that I received the letter of contracts, the communication between contractors, the lease.
Yes, sir.
I did get that. And, you know, we have a point in the game where it's mixed emotions in it. And I did exalt everything we probably could. You know, just sitting here listening at everything you guys are doing today. And I have a question for you. Is there any way possible from this board that we can get an update from the progression of the school as to from JCI and Parish to show where everything is on it as far as the progression, to show the construction aspect of it, so that we can know where it is? I don't know if we can get that from you guys.
I don't see why not.
Madam Chair, you should have that, and Ms. Roberts, yes, sir, I don't think that's any problem whatsoever, and if we don't have it, we can certainly get a,
May I ask Mr. Robinson a question? Are you looking for a document, or would you like to attend a meeting where they give an overview of the progress?
I hope I can get both.
Both? Okay.
Let me say this, that the construction progress should be public record for each month.
I believe they did make the presentation for us at our retreat last week, but I think that it may behoove us to actually, instead of making this a one-on-one meeting,
just have JCI Parish come, I don't know if they can do for our next meeting, because that's tomorrow, but the meeting after that, and just come and update the community at large.
Every work session or every, yeah, that'd be great.
Well, but if he wants an update personally, you know, as Mr. Rexroth said, if it's available, then, you know, get it to him.
Mr. Robinson, you talking about like we're 27% through
Yeah, I think
completion,
that's what
or
he's
da-da-da-da-da,
talking about.
something that simple as far as that,
Yeah.
before we get to the presentation?
Right. But we do
got
need,
that.
yeah, that would work, but we do need a real live update
Oh, yeah.
presentation from
Yeah.
the staff.
Yeah, we'll get him on the agenda. Well, I would say again, we can't do it tomorrow, cause they won't have time, that's the next board meeting. But 2 weeks from then, probably, but certainly within the next 2 meetings, I would say.
Why don't we see if we can schedule the work session? Because I'm sure our regular meeting is gonna be loaded, and that'd give everybody time to.
That'll be
So
So
that'd
you'll
be
be
October, the fourth Tuesday in October.
But the work session, we got a board meeting on,
Yes.
so October 25th, I think, is our work session, October
That'd give them time too, I'm sure, if they
25th
put everything
October.
together.
It's 4 weeks,
That's
but we
right.
can get you, in the meantime, get you percentage-wise where we are with that thing, and then within a month to be, whatever y'all decide there. I just hate to speak on their behalf, not knowing what their time schedule is. I know within a month's time, we can make it happen on an agenda and a full-blown presentation. If y'all are good with 4 weeks out, then I'm fine with that, that's, I can go.
That's
either way.
October 25th,
Yes, ma'am.
and that work session's gonna be held at Salis Mahone.
Okay, be good.
All right, the board-
There's plenty of room there, too.
I'll take care of making sure they get the documentation, that we have monthly updates, and so I can get the last update that we've been given.
All right, that'll be good, thank you.
Okay, all right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Are there any board member comments?
Yes, Madam Chair, and Superintendent, Board, and Administrative Staff, I just got back from our Board of Directors meeting, E-Board, and GSBA, and the hot topic, I'm sure you can guess what it was. Opportunity School, and it's red hot. Little clarification on board members. Board members do have the right to protest against it, or to talk for it. Boards are signing resolutions that express their concern that they're not in favor of it. The question on the ballot, as we all know, if you haven't seen it, is very misleading. It doesn't tell you anything in regards to how the takeover is gonna take place, or who's gonna be in charge. So it's a lot of questions out there. But it was framed this way for a purpose. And that purpose was to let you read it quick and check, you know what. So everybody that I have come in contact with, I haven't come in contact with anybody that's for it. All the folks that was up there are totally against it.
And the resolution will be ready for approval tomorrow, and your signature on tomorrow night. And so the paper, of course, if you did not read the paper Sunday,
It's like yesterday's front page of the paper had a good article
Yeah.
about it.
so they are aware that we, as a school system, are signed the resolution. And we are one of two in our recent district that will be signing the resolution. I'm not sure about the others, but as of today, ourselves and Eccles are the only two that will be signing the resolution that I know of today.
And although I won't be present tomorrow, it can be a part of the record that I'm in complete agreement with the rest of the board. So if I'm not here to actually formally vote on it, no, I am not for the Opportunity School District. And when I come back, I can sign the resolution. That would be great too.
And she brought up something that I was gonna mention always, and I always forget it, but now it's, I guess, an appropriate time. Can you check with our school board attorney and whomever else we need to check with, so that all 9 board members, sitting board members, can have your electronic signatures? So something like this happen, you have to be aware, I have to be aware, and we agree in agreement with it, and the document is signed by all 9 board members.
Madam Chair, I move that we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and second, all those in favor? Okay, we adjourn.
Is anybody interested in going to the District 14 meeting that GSBA is going to have on October 10th, which is a Monday? It's gonna be held at